Good afternoon. I'm Dan Hounsel, Editor-in-Chief of Facility Maintenance Decisions magazine. I'm here today with Mike Heine, who is Business Development Director with N1 Critical Technologies. N1 received a 2019 Vision Award in the Power category, and we're here today to discuss the company's winning product. So Mike, first of all, I wonder if you could describe your company's winning product.
Yeah, sure. So we make the world's best lithium-ion UPS system. We were the first people to bring it to market. We offer a system that offers a lot of benefits over any other UPS system on the market today. Most of the systems that we have out there that we see are using lead-acid batteries, valve-regulated lead-acid batteries, which are kind of like a deep cycle car battery or marine battery. They just don't have the long life that we get out of a lithium battery. So we offer a product that can lower the total cost of ownership, that's primary. We offer a battery product that can offer more on-battery runtime. It can run in hotter environments, so it can reduce cooling needs. It's lighter weight, so it's easier to install. And it's just an overall better product than what we see out there in lithium, in UPS systems anyway.
How is the product an advance over existing systems or competitive systems?
I think a lot of the ways I just mentioned there. With the lithium-ion battery, we offer a 10 to 15 year battery design life, whereas a lead-acid system usually needs about a 2 to 3 year replacement cycle. And those can be expensive. They're heavy to ship, they're costly to ship, they're costly to buy. A lot of times you might have maintenance downtime that can cost the facility money. They're heavy, they're hard to install, they're heavy to ship as well, and then they need to be recycled. So they need to go back out and get cut up and have the heavy metals and materials recycled, which that can all add to the cost. So we offer something that takes all that and does away with it with our 10 to 15 year design life. So it lowers the cost of ownership. And then those other batteries are not as energy dense, the lead acid batteries. So a UPS that might get 3 minutes or 6 minutes of runtime, say in a 2,000 watt configuration, we can get you 14 minutes to 24 minutes of runtime at the same power consumption at 2,000 watts or so. So that's critical. Facilities that don't have generator backups, facilities that might be distant to the IT director, a lot of school districts where you have an IT director in a central office location and have schools in multiple areas miles away. They can't get to that school that has a power issue with the lead acid system in time to rectify it, where they would have that with the lithium-ion system. Also, we see a lot of people in the mostly for security and other life saving, so like door security, camera security, buying our systems because of the long battery backups that we provide. So if there's no generator and there's a power outage, we sold to one university, for example, there wasn't a generator, but they needed their security cameras to stay online. And they were able to keep those security cameras online for hours so they could get the building clear and do all the classroom sweeps and make sure everyone was out of the facility before closing it down and locking it up, on campus, which is a big to-do. You never want to have to shut down the campus.
That's right.
But we afford them that time and that opportunity to be able to do that, and the assistance then by having that battery power there so they could do those sweeps. Okay.
You've talked a little bit about some of the benefits. Any other benefits that you would want people to know about for the product?
We get some customers who are surprised and stunned by the light weight of the product. Being able to install them, whether they're overhead or not to have extra manpower, lift these heavy batteries into place. I was on the phone with one of our resellers and a customer who said he almost fell over when he picked up the box. He was expecting a 90-pound box and it was 30 pounds. And he actually asked us if it had everything in it, if the battery shipped with it, and it did. We assured him just plug it in, it'll be fine, it'll go on. Another one of our resellers said that he's going to have to join a gym because he'd be doing the installs for him for his customers, and he wasn't going to get the benefit of lifting these heavy batteries. So that's one of those nice benefits. But for facilities as well too, we run into this again a lot of times in the office complexes that are older buildings or in schools where they're turning in closets and things like that into network closets that were never designed to be technology. And they can get hot. They're small spaces, and our systems can go up to about 140 degrees without significant performance degradation and without, more importantly, battery life degradation. Lead acid batteries are not very heat tolerant. They don't like to go above 70, 72 degrees. When they do, they start to perform worse, and it takes a 5-year battery, makes it a 2-year battery, and then even hotter, a 2-year battery and a 1-year battery. Same thing with our cars, right? We don't like our batteries in hot and cold temperatures. We're in Wisconsin, and we see it on the cold side of things where they don't work very well. But the lithium batteries, they're not as affected by the high heat environments, so it can reduce cooling costs as well by not having to pipe HVAC systems into those rooms that can get very hot with a lot of servers and stuff running. It doesn't affect the performance of the lithium-ion batteries to the same degree.
In terms of a facility manager's particular challenges or pain points, how would you say the product addresses those challenges specifically?
Yeah, I mean, very well, for all the reasons that we just talked about, really. I mean, not having to take batteries and replace them, having to take UPS systems offline, not having to worry about shipping them in and ordering them every couple of years, not having to worry about getting them recycled. That's time that can be well spent elsewhere. That can be spent in other areas of facilities that can be profit generating. That's time and money that can be spent on other projects too that benefit the facility in other ways. So we can kind of take that money and put it elsewhere, for lack of a better term. And then again, not having to worry about the high heat, in some areas, and bring in cooling and things like that. That addresses those kinds of areas as well.
Okay. You talked a little bit about some of the applications, some of the types of facilities. Anything else you would offer people in terms of specific areas of facilities or types of facilities for your product?
Yeah, so what we do, we offer battery backup and critical power protection to anybody who needs it. Not only are we offering a battery backup, but we're also offering a clean power. We're taking dirty wall power, which can have high voltages or lower voltages, brownouts. Sometimes there's frequency that are variations. There's harmonics in the line. It's dirty power a lot of times that we get from the wall. And our UPSs filter that all out. It provides a pure sine wave of clean, steady power at a pure voltage to the devices that are connected to the UPS. So anywhere where there's a critical power protection need for long battery backup or sensitive equipment, our UPSs can handle that and can protect the equipment from 9 different power problems and offer longer on-battery runtime when there is a power problem. And then you're not going to have to replace those batteries every few years like you do with lead acid. So you get a lot of tremendous benefits with our systems.
All right. Any other bits of information or insights on the product that you'd like people to know about?
Yeah, so we use lithium-ion is a very broad term when it comes to battery chemistries. We use a lithium iron phosphate battery, which is the safest of the lithium-ion chemistries that are out there. We actually have lithium-ion batteries in our phones and in our tablets and things like that. That's a little bit different chemistry, and that's these batteries are a more energy-dense chemistry, which can offer quality, long run times, but at the sake of sacrificing some safety, right? So if you puncture certain lithium batteries, they do go into thermal runaway. Ours are lithium iron phosphate, which do not typically go into a thermal runaway situation. They offer a higher thermal runaway temperature of about 270 degrees Celsius instead of about 160 degrees Celsius where that event happens, so they're a lot safer. We could have gotten more runtime out of our UPS systems than we do now by going with a different chemistry, but we weren't going to do that at the sacrifice of safety. We already beat lead acid by 2 to 5 times in our run times, and we weren't going to put individuals or corporations that buy our products at risk. And the other manufacturers that are starting to come on the market now with lithium-ion UPSs are using the same battery chemistries that we are for those same reasons. It's the safest lithium-ion chemistry that you can get out there.
Very good. I've been speaking with Mike Heine with N1 Critical Technologies. My name is Dan Hounsel. I'm editor of Facility Maintenance Decisions magazine. Thank you for joining us today.